Hello guys, this is Bernard Tan, and today we are going to talk about the Hanon exercises. Let's go. So I'm sure people who learn piano in Malaysia are not unfamiliar with this book, the Hanon exercises, and this beautiful cover published by Rhythm MP. Because a lot of music studios, a lot of music teachers, piano teachers actually use Hanon exercises as a form of training, right? Young pianists. And we are all familiar with how it sounds like, right? So, of course, when we talk about Hanon exercises, we are actually talking about what we call technical exercises or daily studies, which is in itself a rather different category to etudes, right? So we have finger exercises or technical exercises or daily studies by Hanon, which we all know, or we also have Cherney. Cherney published a few different series. The more famous ones are 299, which is the School of Velocity, and 740, which is the Art of Finger Dexterity. And you also have composers like Tausig. Brahms also wrote some technical exercises as well. That is actually different from etudes. Of course, etudes, we know the Chopin 24 etudes, we know the Liszt etudes, the concert etude, transcendental etudes. Those are more music like in a way, if you can say it that way. It's more like a piece of music, especially the Liszt etudes, right? They are difficult, they target a certain type of difficulty, just like Chopin, but it's actually more varied in terms of musical motifs and musical elements of the etudes. So, since we are talking about Hanon exercises, let's just read what this book is all about. Hanon, the virtuoso pianist in 60 exercises. Wow, you can become a virtuoso pianist in 60 exercises. So these exercises are in three parts and 20 exercises each part. About 20 exercises. Part 2 has 20 something exercises. So let's see what Hanon has to say about all these exercises. An introduction by Hanon. The study of the piano is now so widespread and good pianists are so numerous that mediocrity on this instrument is no longer acceptable. Wow. He actually follows up by talking about the problems in playing. He says, often happens that for lack of sufficient practice, the playing is uneven and incorrect. The left hand gives out in passages of slight difficulty, means little bit difficult already the left hand cannot play. The fourth and fifth fingers are almost useless for lack of special exercises. And when passages in octaves, in tremolo or trills, they are usually executed with such exertion and strain. The performance is incorrect and expressionless. So Hanon is trying to solve this problem, I guess. He says for more advanced students, they will learn these exercises quickly and never again experience any stiffness or technical problem. That is a very big statement to make, right? Never again experience any stiffness or technical problems. So that gets us thinking, what is the purpose of playing exercises anyway? They are for us to acquire technique, right? Essentially, what we want is to acquire the technique to play the instrument. But what is technique? Is it the ability to play very fast, the ability to play very loud, the ability to play a certain type of passage? So I kind of have my way of defining what piano technique is. It is the ability of someone to play the instrument so that they can produce the tone and the clarity that is intended, using as efficient of a way as possible. Actually, exercises itself doesn't give us the technique. We should play the exercises with the right technique. Because I have seen students actually having played the whole book of Hanon exercise, but play with such stiffness and such tension that um, all they are trying to do is just to muscle their way through a particular piece. That is not really what we want. As I said, it should be done in the most efficient way possible, which means energy efficient, which means you use the least effort possible to play a certain passage, a certain pattern, a certain movement, producing a certain tone. So inherently, the hand exercises are actually good. They don't uh, they don't let the hands overstretch. They don't start with crazy exercises, finger exercises like those that Tausi actually asked to do, which can create a lot of tension if not done right. So I think we should actually approach them with the right playing technique. For instance, hand exercises. A lot of teachers ask them to play it loud to build up the strength of playing. But how do you play loud? Do you use force to play loud? Do you pull down hard to play loud? But what is the most efficient way to play loud? Actually, it's just allowing your hand to drop, allowing your finger to drop into the key. And that actually uses the gravity, uses the weight of your arm to play the keys. So I think it's important for students to play these exercises with a right guidance on technique, on playing technique. And that is to play it in the best way possible, and also, more importantly, to avoid injuries. I think playing the piano requires the right technique for us to play long, for us to keep playing without injuries. And I think virtuosity shouldn't be the goal. Longevity should be the goal. So, what do you think? Leave me some comments down below if you have any thoughts. And like it, share it, and even subscribe for more contents like this. Until next time, bye bye.